Okay, here we go again. Well, I got all the paint on my axle. As you can see, it come out very yellow. Getting ready to take the masking off and take a look and how it coming out. While the paint was drying and while I was putting coats on it, I decided to hang the spring. What I did is the the U-bolts that hold it on were about 5/8 of an inch longer than you see in the picture here. So I cut them off with my little cutoff saw and they look a lot better. Oh, there's the dog, shop dog. One of the things you need to do when you build one of these is to chase the threads. So what I have is a Craftsman thread chaser kit that really works nice. If you're getting chrome bolts or anything brand new, run the thread chaser through them. It'll just make everything go together a lot easier. I thought I'd give you a look at the body that's going to go on it. It was on it before, but it's been cleaned up. Had some more pinstriping done and a little more paint on it, and so that's going to be next. Well, the masking's off. I think it's going to look pretty good on the front of that bucket. So that's next. Here's the grinder I used to cut off those U-bolts, I guess you call them, that hold the front axle on, or the front spring. They work so great. There's the pieces I cut off. So as you can see, I'm hanging the axle from the one side, the passenger side, just to keep it straight. I'm a one-man show, so I have to do everything by myself, so I got to really figure it out along the way. So I'm going to work on the driver's side right now of assembling that, and these are the parts that are going to go on. The hairpin and the pieces and the shock mount and the lower, and that'll all go together. This is all brand new, so fitting it up is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I hope not too bad. So what we got here is I put the new pieces on. As you can see, this is a floater. It goes back and ties back to that bracket in the back there. And I still got to put the shock mount on at the bottom and put the bolt all the way through, and then it has a keyway under it. And so I'm going to keep pausing this, and we'll just go from there. Now this piece has the keyway in it, as you can see right there. And it's timed, it goes up underneath here and goes on. I haven't been able to put the camera down for that, so that we won't see too well. So I'll show you when I get it done. Well, it takes a big man to admit his mistakes, and I made one. I took the axle off because it was going to be too hard to assemble upside down. So when you do this, you want to make sure that you have it on the bench, and you assemble it like that. So it's still flopping around quite a bit. I have not tightened the nut. Still got to put some never cease on it, but I wanted to make sure everything fits up because it's a lot of brand new stuff. So now I'm going to put you on pause again, and I'm going to do the other side. Okay, I have both sides assembled now. The nut right there is loose so that things will move around a little bit. When I go to assemble it, I can tighten it all down, get the spring on and everything. So that's going to be the next step. So here we go. So what I've done, I've got the axle hanging. Didn't take too long, maybe 15-20 minutes by myself. It's just loosely bolted on. I did put a spindle on just because I wanted to see where the steering arm is going to go in relationship to the new hairpins that go from that mount there in the middle back to that first tab right there that's hanging down, the first mount. So they're just sitting there with the pin in them, no bearings or anything on it, so they can come off real easy. So next I'm going to go ahead and put this part together right here.